morning. Today we are heading south of Boston, Massachusetts to an area that should have some nice sea rocks. Not sure what the tide's doing. Didn't check that. Do have my rain boots on, so hopefully if the tide's coming in, I don't get too wet. For the time being, sunrise is in 15 minutes, and we are approximately 15 minutes away. So running a little late, but you know what? It's still fun. Let's go. So we are down at Scituate, and currently there's a nice scene back here behind me, but currently I'm trying to figure out how to get there, as the rocks in this area are a little bit difficult to navigate, so bear with me as I climb over some rocks here. All right, so the sun is just now starting to come up, and we have actually a really cool view. I don't know if I can spin this around, but you can actually see right here the sun is just now starting to come up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to try to set up either over here by some frozen water, or I'm going to use this here as a leading line with the sun in the background. But we're running out of time. I need to find a rock to set my tripod up on, and then we can go from there. So I'll turn this off and get to work. All right, so I think I've changed my mind. As you can see, because I got here late, the conditions are changing slightly. It's a little blown out, but basically the sun is hiding behind a thin strip of clouds, and we're getting this really cool beam coming up straight from the sun. It looks very cool. Could be a good photo. I don't think I'm going to get to it, so we're not going to mess with it. I'm actually slightly worried that the tide is coming in, so we are going to abandon this location and we're going to head down somewhere else and try something else different. So I've moved down the seawall a little bit, and it looks like we have some rocky locations here. And what I'm thinking is, because the tide is moving in, I think down here on these rocks below me, down here, what I'm going to try to do is find a spot where we have some of these nice icy rocks, and I'm going to try to go for a black and white long exposure to see if we can get a nice moody, maybe with the sun coming off of the ice on the rocks, it might provide some contrast. Unfortunately, I can't really operate my handheld recorder, and I don't have a tripod to balance my camera on while I set up my actual camera. So you'll just have to wait until I get my camera set up for real. After I set up my tripod and everything, put my filter on and everything, and I realized I didn't have my cable release. So now that we have that, we kind of have a setup over my shoulder here, where I'm set up along this seawall here, and I've got my tripod placed in between through a fence and pointed down at the water. So what I'm going for here is a longer exposure. How it'll turn out, I don't necessarily know. I don't have gloves on and my hands are freezing, so this is my first try at all of this stuff. Clearly I should have awakened a little bit earlier this morning, but it is what it is. So I will walk you through what I have set up here. As you can see, we have the camera here pointed down at the rocks. What I'm shooting at are these two guys, and I'm trying to get these running paths from the rocks back out to the water. Now, unfortunately, there's not much interest out there, just blue sea. So this picture is going to be more centered on the rocks, and we're going to go for a portrait style. As you can see here, I'm taking some shots with these. You kind of just have to hope and pray that the water does what you want it to. So it's more of a timing exercise than anything. I'm trying to wait till the water goes back out so we get those leading lines out into the water. I've actually adjusted the settings to about F11. We're at 1.3 seconds right now. So as you can see, again, these two rocks is what I'm working with. Looks like we're getting some mixed results here. But that's kind of what this is a little bit of trial and error and hoping for the right result. All right, well, I had to cut short filming because as I was posted up over here, I took a couple shots and this gentleman came up and walked up the seawall here and approached me, and I'm not sure if he lives here. He seemed like he might have been from the area, but he was just asking me a couple questions, kind of caught me off guard. Wasn't necessarily expecting that, so I kind of stopped filming so I could interact with him, watch my stuff, and see if I could get the shot. So he left. I got a shot I think I'm okay with. I think the final settings on it were F11, 1 second, 6-stop filter, and hopefully this was the result.